It's not that big a deal, but I don't want everybody just thinking I'm the only one who interrupts.
No, they're the ones that acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I didn't say 2 words
Everybody
about
likes to pick on the big boy. But the big boy is emotional. He has feelings too.
I'm a big, pretty boy with them feelings.
Just because I have muscles doesn't mean I don't feel. There's a heart underneath these pecs.
That's too much. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Somehow Married podcast. I'm Amanda.
Is now when you want me to talk?
Babe.
Hey, I'm Jonathan. Well, you said I interrupt you, so I'm going to sit here. I'll wait.
This was take 2, but welcome back.
Yeah, because I said, hey, too early.
In the middle of my sentence.
You were done with your sentence.
I was saying, I'm Amanda, and
There was a pregnant pause.
What is a pregnant pause?
It's something that basically when you're going to speak, but you leave a pause in the middle, and it's like an anticipation for what's to come. When you're speaking publicly, sometimes a pregnant pause is useful because you can say something and then you wait, and it gives everybody time to like think about what you said before you continue on to the next part.
I didn't know that was the term for that.
That is the term for that. They're very useful.
Very nice. So yeah, we are back at it again with another podcast episode. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
If you're new here, welcome.
It's like 7 episodes now that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've agreed we're going to stop saying the episode number in the intro.
Yeah. But I'm sure we'll bring it up every time.
Well, eventually we're going to be like, Somehow Married
Episode 158.
Episode 158. Maybe should we do that? We could do that every time.
I don't know. We'll have to workshop it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. Let's pray about it. We'll pray about it. We'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm praying about a lot of things.
Yeah, you should be. If you're following Jesus, you should be praying about a lot of things. That's the way it works.
I know.
Yeah. I literally talked about that on Sunday. You should listen to my sermons.
I actually did listen to your
During my sermons, my wife sits in the back of the sanctuary and makes this face at me. You just make mean faces at me in the back. That would be funny. Just every time we talk, you're like, oh, this guy again.
I do sometimes when you make jokes. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then people are like, how do you live with him? He's so funny. And I'm like,
I'll tell you how. I was at a bachelor party recently. I was like, listen, I was telling the groom, I was like, she thinks you're funny right now. There is something in wedding cake that makes wives allergic to their husband's jokes. The second they have wedding cake, they no longer think you're funny.
No, I've always said that, like, if I laugh at your jokes, it's really funny.
But your standard for humor is so strange. This is my passion in life, my goal in life. All I'm trying to do all the time is make you laugh. And
sometimes it really works.
Sometimes I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, but you'll laugh at a joke that I'm like, that wasn't even a good joke. Like, that was dumb. And that's what you think is funny. And then I'll have a great joke and
I don't think it's funny.
You just don't even think it's funny. It's very hard. My only goal in life is to make you laugh. And you are my toughest audience.
Aww.
You're in a mood today. Have some very pointed comments. I'm going to go home and cry.
I've had a long day.
Have you had a long day? You want to talk about it?
No.
No, that kind of day, huh?
Yeah.
The worst long days are the ones you're like, I don't even want to talk about it.
I'll just try and do my best to. We're gonna have a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's been a long one for me too. Well, what's gone on with you this week?
Let's see. I'm back in the routine.
Praise God. It's nice, right?
I did a little laundry last night.
How was your Tuesday?
Put it away. My Tuesday was a good Tuesday. Today felt like a Tuesday to me.
For me, every day is a Friday.
But tomorrow's Friday, so woohoo.
For me, every day's a Friday. I'm just living the dream.
I'm so glad.
Look at me just living the dream.
Yeah. It's not like I hate my job and stuff. I love my job. I love my school. I love the students. I love everything about it. But some days are just long. And Tuesdays are normally those days.
For me, it's Wednesdays.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I start work at like 9 and I get off. Sometimes I start later. but I start work about 9 and then I get off at like 9.
Yeah.
So
Because we have Wednesday night church. And
yeah,
so
we have service and I'm just
band
here.
practice. And most of the time you don't even go home like at your
No.
normal time for dinner or whatever. You skip it and then you eat afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's a long day.
I stay and I make sure, like, luckily we have a guy at the church named Neil. Actually, I'm going to shout out Neil.
Shout out to Uncle
He
Neil.
is the most involved listener of this podcast I've
Yeah.
ever seen. He likes our stuff. The second I post, he
And
comments. And I
He's so
just love
sweet.
him. He's such a good guy. But he'll close down the church for me often because he knows I stood in line. The Potbellies in our town was opening. And they were saying for the first 50 people in line the day they opened, you would get free Potbelly for a year. You get a free
one
sandwich.
free sandwich.
Yeah, a week for a year. So I got there. Me and Trenton got there at 7:30 in the morning, and there was already 20 people in line ahead of us, and we waited until 10:30.
Yep.
So that we could
And
get
you did it.
We did it, and so every Wednesday after service, I go and get my free sandwich, and it is like it's like my cheat meal. You know, like that's what I look forward to on Wednesdays. So, but they close at 9. So oftentimes, like 8:15.
You're running.
Neil, he closes down the church,
Yeah.
so I can go get my sandwich.
I have a question for you. Was it worth it?
100%.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I love sandwiches, and I love Potbellies. And now I'm friends with all the people that work there.
Yeah,
I see them
that's
every
gotta be a
Wednesday, and like,
Environment.
you know, there's a guy there right now, and like he was having a hard time with his girlfriend.
Oh, you're pastoring him.
He was having a tough time. He's 19. He was having a tough time with his girlfriend, and I was like, dude, you're wrong. You know, like you're in the wrong here. You got to figure it out. And like now they're doing good, you know?
Oh, good for them.
Good for them. You know, I told him, I was like, the best thing you can do right now is go apologize and do better. Yeah.
I was going to say, and he probably isn't even aware that he's being pastored.
I don't tell people I'm a pastor when I'm
No,
like,
I know you don't.
they act different.
Yeah.
So I just want them to treat
Be normal.
I want a normal interaction.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was just like, and he was like, well, you know, I'm 19. I'm still trying to live my life. You know, I probably don't want to get married till I'm 30. I was like, I got married at 22 and I loved it. Like,
Yeah, but that's like that's not for everybody.
I liked the idea that you and I grew up together.
Oh, for sure. But I think also that was our university's mentality of everybody getting married young. And when you're outside that bubble, it's not the norm.
But I will say, like, getting married when you're like near the end of college is so nice because there's people around you that are in your age range that you can date.
No,
It's
I'm
a
not
lot harder
dogging
to
it.
get
We
married.
did it, and it was great, and I would do it again.
It's a lot
over
harder to
and
get
over
married
again.
outside of college because now you have to go find single people your age.
Yeah.
You know, instead of them just being around you.
Being around, yeah.
Yeah, it's much more convenient.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, I told him, I was like, listen, I know you want to like go out and live your life, and that's great, but I'll tell you right now, I got married early and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a great decision. I was like, go back to her, tell her you're sorry.
Pound it.
What is this thing you do?
That's just us being in agreement here on the podcast.
I don't think I could co-sponsor this move.
Give me pound it.
This is like
Attaboy.
that right there is the biggest cue that we are getting older. We are just white people getting older. We're like, pound it, you know?
Married at 22, 21, got 2 kids. Pound it.
Pound it. But yeah, Wednesdays are my long day, but
Yeah.
it's worth it because at the end of the day, there's an original Italian for free waiting on
Do
me.
you get the same sandwich every time?
Yes.
I could not do that.
Why?
I'd have to mix it up.
I could eat the same meal every single day for my whole life and be fine.
I know you could.
It's good. Wouldn't it?
I can't go more than 2 days without
Eating it
switching up my food.
the next week doesn't make it worse.
I will say you are horrible at eating leftovers. You don't do that.
I don't eat leftovers,
Mm-mm.
but often I don't leave leftovers. And so I don't cook and I don't open our fridge really. Like so if leftovers are in there, unless you make the leftovers and hand them to me,
That's true.
I don't even know they're there. If you make me leftovers and hand them to me, I'll eat them. But When you're out of town, I'll opt to just not eat.
Yeah.
If you're like, we don't have any money, you can't eat out. I just won't eat.
Do you remember that time that you were so obsessed with playing video games that you never ate? And so
Yeah, in
I
college.
had to set timers on your phone.
You would set alarms on my phone so I would remember to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was called addiction.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Addiction equals no
And it
eating
was,
and lots of
yeah,
video
I would get like
games.
sick. It was not good.
Yeah. That was a time.
Yeah, you got to listen. I don't think there's anything wrong with video games, but you got to set some balance in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can become a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And it very much was. But my rank was never higher.
Uh-huh. You and all your friends.
I was climbing the ranks of League of Legends, just climbing them.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost got to gold. That's not even that good. I was grinding though.
Yeah. It was a busy time for you and your computer.
Well, I had a lot of stuff to do. I had to get in there and like make sure I was putting in my time. It's
That
hard.
was when we were dating, though. We weren't even
No, I was like
married or...
20.
Yeah.
I didn't have any responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Life has changed since
I know.
then.
Now I don't even touch my PC because my kids are on it all the time.
Yeah. They have found the love of Minecraft.
Yeah. Every time I go in there, they're on my computer playing Minecraft, which is fine, really. I'm too tired anymore. The idea of like staying up and playing video games, I want to go to bed.
I get that.
I want to lay in bed next to you for an hour and send you reels.
And then immediately I hear the little whoop when you send it. And it's like, go watch it.
That's because you don't
You need to
watch.
go watch it right now.
You don't watch the reels I send you.
I do, but if I'm in the middle of doing something, I'll go when I can, and then I watch all 3 of them, and I giggle to myself.
Sometimes I will send you 15 in a day, 20 in a day, and I know you're not watching them. And I just want to say, when I'm sending you that reel, it's because I'm thinking about you.
I know.
In the moment.
Sweet.
I'm thinking
I do
about
the
you.
same to you.
And I say, she would love this. And I send it to you. And then when you don't watch it, you're taking my gesture of love and you're throwing it in the trash.
Your love kiss message.
My love kiss message. You are a wordsmith. Just away with words.
I know. I'm so talented.
Yeah. Well, I have something interesting that happened to me this week.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2 things interesting that happened to me this week.
Okay.
The first is my pinky ring came in the mail.
Oh, I know. It's horrible.
Shout out to my brother. He bought me a pinky ring. Zoom in.
Are you going to tell everybody what's on it?
Yes, he got in. So I have this desire. I believe the older I get, the more I'm forming into a middle-aged Cuban man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea of just like a charismatic dude in a flowy shirt and some white pants. I'm like, he's figured it out.
You can't be that, though, and hate the beach.
I can.
It doesn't go hand in hand.
I can do all things through Christ. So why don't you jot that down? First thing, jot that down. But so he bought me a ring, and on it he had it engraved, and on the front it just says Gringo, and I love it. It's giving me a new energy. Like,
okay, hold it up for just a minute. For those who can't see, it is very thick, silver, and has Gringo in Old English.
it's got weight to it. It's giving me a different energy.
It's bigger than his wedding band, and it is on his pinky.
When I was playing the guitar during worship practice Wednesday, and I'm just shredding. I'm like, the pinky ring's doing something here. Like it was the charisma was flowing through me. I felt it, like the weight on your hand. This is what I was meant to be. And then I get home and I tell my dad about my pinky ring. He goes, I used to have a pinky ring and I miss it.
And he was on speaker, and I was like, I knew it.
I like it. I'm standing by it.
Very much your father to have had a pinky ring, and very much like you.
Yeah, swagger.
To want one as well.
As a man, sometimes men need things to feel like men, and one of them is a pinky ring.
I would have never known that.
Every dude over 50 that I've talked to about is like, dude, yeah. I have a pinky ring. They all show their pinky ring. I'm like, that's right. Now I have one too.
I know one person who would not agree.
Who?
My father.
Your father would look great with a pinky ring. Are you kidding me?
He would not agree.
I'm going to get him one. I need you to figure out your dad's ring size, and I'm going to get him a pinky ring.
I don't know that I could do that.
I'm going to get us matching pinky rings. He would wear it if I gave it to him because I gave it to him.
I don't know
He would
One
once.
time at the Secret Santa shop that used to come to our elementary school, I really wanted to buy them a Christmas present. And I guess I don't remember the details too much, but I got money for it and I went and bought it. This thing, I had forgotten all about it. My dad a couple years ago was like, come here. He took me and opened his sock drawer and he pulled out this gold rhinestone covered watch. And he was
Nice.
like, you bought me this when you were in the second grade.
Freaking tight. Got some
I
drip.
said, did you ever wear it? He said, never, but I will never get rid of it. And it was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen. I don't even know how much I spent, probably $6 on it or something.
Ezra got me a book the other day. He's like, Dad, I bought you a book. I was thinking about you. I got you this book. And he just gives me a book that just says, The Selfish Giant. I was like, what made you think of this? He's like, I don't know, but I thought of you. So I've thought about that book since. I'm like, am I a selfish giant?
Did you look like the person on the picture?
Not at all. Not at all.
Don't take it to heart.
I have. I think about it all the time.
I don't think you should. It's okay. He doesn't think that about you.
I don't know. I feel like he's telling me something.
No.
And I don't think it's the compliment of the giant.
That's probably what you would have wished it had. You saw it. Oh, giant, thanks.
Yeah, in no way am I a giant. I'm like 5'7".
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm selfish either.
No.
Maybe he thinks I am.
He can't read.
Idiot.
Had nothing,
Idiot can't even read. Who cares what he thinks?
had nothing to do with the words on it. You got to look at what the pictures looked like or something.
Maybe.
There's a reason he thought of you when he saw it.
I kept asking him. He's like, I don't know. I just thought of you.
Okay. Well,
So-
good for him.
But just recently, he bought me one with a shark on it. He was like, it's got a shark on it. And he goes, read it tonight before bed. Tomorrow you can tell me what it's about. So now I have like a book report I have to deliver.
Well, that's because he got that at the free little library at a park with my parents, and it's called It's a part of the I Survived series, and it has a shark on it. And he asked his sister to read it to him, and she read like 2 sentences, and she said, "We can't read this. It's horror."
I am kind of interested though, because I do like the idea
I
of
said,
a shark
"It's
attack
not
story.
horror. It's okay." He said, "I'm gonna give it to Dad."
I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
That's fine. I am a little interested in the shark survivor.
Could be good. Never know.
I doubt it is, but we're gonna give it a good shot.
It meant something to him.
Oh, Eloise told me something this week too that I very much cherish.
What's that?
She sat down next to me. We were watching a movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which we're only halfway through. Turns out that movie's so long. But she sat down next to me, and as we're sitting there, there's this boy. He has a crush on her. She has a crush on him. They go back and forth, Valentine's, whatever. She goes, Dad, this boy, she said his name, this boy told me he's afraid of you. I was like, what? Why? She goes, he saw you when you came to my singing
Program.
recital, and he said, you're very buff. And I said, tell him I said, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I'm not scary. I'll be your friend.
I'm okay with him. This is actually something I've thought about, like when she gets older and starts like dating boys, is there's always that strategy of like, oh, I'm going to answer the door with a gun and be like,
Yeah.
anything you do to her, I'll do to you.
Mean.
That is not my strategy. My strategy is going to be the exact opposite. When that boy comes to my house, I want him to think I'm so freaking cool. Like, we're going to hang out. He's going to be my buddy. Because then he will always want to hang out at our house. And I'll know where he's at.
I get that.
Like I'll play video games with him. Plus, I need to make sure she's being nice to him. She's a little intense. But like I'll play video games with him. We'll hang out, like take him stuff. And like if he likes me and we're buddies, number one, if I don't like him, like that's going to cause problems. But then he'll want to hang out at my house and I'll always know where they're at.
That's true.
When-
She's bossy.
When she's like, let's go on a date, he's like, how about we bring your mom and dad along?
Let's hang out with your dad.
Yeah, let's bring your parents with. Because like I'm fun, like if they want to go to the movies, if they bring us, I'll pay for the movie, dude. Extra popcorn, come on, like
Okay.
bring me along. That's my plan.
I like it.
I think it's a solid plan.
We'll see about that in 10 years when she actually does bring her boyfriend over.
Well, if I raise her right, she's not going to date a loser. Like, She's going to date somebody dope, you know? I'm not,
Pound it.
I'm not doing this. It's painful for me.
I think it's hilarious.
But as of right now, I guess I'm scary. I was like, tell him I said thank you so much. I'll let him be scared.
Yeah. He's probably not.
There's not a 7-year-old alive I could not defeat in combat.
Okay.
That's my claim to fame. I could defeat any 7-year-old in hand-to-hand combat.
Probably so. I think I could too.
There's some big 7-year-olds out there.
Oh, I know.
I could take 2 7-year-olds. How many 7-year-olds could you take in a fight?
4 or 5. Is that your stomach?
Yeah. I'm losing weight. My stomach growling means I'm losing weight.
Okay.
That's a good sign.
What are we talking about tonight?
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what we're talking about tonight. So actually, I have a thing. Let me go to my tabs. So I hang out on Reddit pretty often. It's this website. It's like a forum, and I've curated a Reddit where like my Reddit is like woodworking and photography and like
video games and movies.
Podcasts,
sci-fi,
painting miniatures, whatever hobby I'm in, pops up lawn care, It's my age is very telling on my but one of the ones that I subscribe to, and I've never commented on it, but I think it's the funniest subreddit. These forums are called subreddits. And this subreddit is called Relationship Advice.
Okay.
And I love this subreddit because for some reason, people who have been married years, 10, 15 years, will have a problem in their marriage and they think, I'm going to ask for opinions from anonymous. I'm going to ask for advice from anonymous people on Reddit. And then a bunch of 15-year-olds comment and tell them how to fix their marriage.
Wow.
And I think
that's brave.
And every time it's just like, leave them. And I'm like, I just know.
Walk away.
Like, you don't even know. You don't know how long these people have been married. You don't know anything about them. And they're just like, I need strangers on the internet to tell me what to do with my marriage. Yeah. And
they got to do that for the laughs.
No, 100%. They're asking for opinions.
Wow.
And it's crazy. But I like to go and read the scenario that they put forward. And then I go and I read the advice. And it's always, I've never seen good advice ever given. But every now and then I run into a scenario that I think is so funny. Like, so funny. And so I have a scenario here that I want to read to you. And then I want to get your opinion on what you think this man should do.
Do you have the comments?
No, I don't have the comments.
Oh, okay.
There's like 15,000 comments.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And like Dookie Slayer 74 doesn't really, I'm not looking for wisdom from him. But so this is the title, okay?
Okay.
Now to start, they always put their gender and their age. So this is a 36-year-old male, a 36-year-old man writing about his 34-year-old wife.
Okay.
Okay? And it says, "My wife keeps tying my boots after I told her to keep her hands off them. I tried to teach her a lesson, and it really hurt her feelings." Okay, so this is...
She's tying his boots?
There's a whole story that will go with this.
Oh, we're still going.
I will read you... Yes, there's a story that goes with this.
Oh, wow.
And you can interject as we go. But this is the story. So that's just the premise. This man... His wife keeps tying his boots after he said to stop tying his boots.
Okay.
So he tried to teach her a lesson, and it really hurt her feelings.
Well, let's hear the lesson.
Okay. And then I want you to decide.
And I bet you my feelings are hurt too.
Well, all right. This was like submitted like 5 years ago. All right, so this is what it says. "Yes, I know the title is bizarre, and I can't believe I'm actually writing this. My wife is a neat freak. Always has been. She throws notes on my desk out assuming they're garbage. My belongings get rearranged to the point where it takes me hours to find them. It's something I've come to accept. I'm not happy about it, but we have a pretty happy marriage on the whole." So far, it's standard marriage, right?
Yeah. Did it say how long they've been married?
No, he doesn't say how long they've been married. But this is standard marriage stuff.
Yeah.
Like how often I leave stuff out, you clean, I'm like, where was it? You should have.
Yes.
But I left it out. Standard marriage. He goes, "I'm a volunteer EMT. I keep my boots unlaced up against the wall next to my clothes hamper so that I can throw them on along with my uniform if a call comes in during the middle of the night. Well, my wife is taken to tying the bootlaces when she sees them untied. Not only does she tie them, but she tightens them and double knots them to the point where I need to undo the knot, open up the boots, and let a little slack out to fit my feet into them. So she's
Okay,
like,
pause. Who ties their shoes after they take them off?
this
Is
man's
that
wife?
is that a thing though?
No, that's absurd. But she's like tightening them down, double knotting them.
Yeah, she's doing this on purpose.
So they look nice. Okay. I ignored it the first 2 times, but the third time she did it, I made it a point to bring it up to her the next day.
As he should.
I very calmly said, "Hun, I appreciate that you want everything neat, but please do not touch my boots in the future. Time is of the essence when I'm going on a call at 2 a.m. I don't have time to unlace them and open them up. It's not just a minor inconvenience, it's people's lives, so I would appreciate it if you left them alone." He's doing like the fireman
Valid.
thing, where you jump in your shoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair. She rolled her eyes and said I was being dramatic and that she wouldn't help me out by keeping my things neat in the future. Well, so she's like, well, then I just won't tidy up anything.
But I don't consider that tidying up.
No, but that is a very wife response. Be like, fine, I'll never clean anything ever. And be like, well, you didn't have to go that far.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, she never stopped. No matter how many times I've asked her, told her, begged her, she just laughs and says, well, you know how I am.
Something is wrong with this lady.
The other night, a page went out for a CPR in progress. I went to throw my boots on, and they were once again tightened beyond recognition. So I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed, cursing, trying to get my boots open, and fumbling due to the stress of the situation. My wife opened her eyes, groggily looked at me, and asked, don't you need to go on that call? I know I was in the wrong here, and I regret it, but I slammed the boot in the ground and yelled, yes, I do. I would have been out the door ages ago, except someone stupid messed with my boots again. He used some colorful language in there.
Yeah.
But my wife got up without another word, walked into the bathroom, and slammed the door. I got my boots open and went on my call. By the time we arrived, the police had gotten her back, so I didn't have to do CPR, but I was sweating, shaking, thinking my delay could have cost a life. That's fair. I got home and my wife wasn't talking to me. She ignored me the entire day until we finally sat down and talked. She said I had scared her with how angry I got, and that I thought that I was going to hit her, and she did not know I was capable of being so angry. No, I've never raised my hand to her, nor have I ever yelled at her before. I'm absolutely not a violent person, right? He's like, listen, I wasn't
Yeah, for sure.
I apologized for yelling at her and acknowledged that I hadn't meant to snap at her. I was frustrated with the situation as I needed to get to the person in need of CPR as soon as possible, and it was a delay that didn't need to happen. I, once again, pleaded with her not to touch my boots because lives were literally on the line. She told me that if I was going to overreact and make her afraid, then she would never touch my boots again because she didn't want to live like that, which seems like problem solved. Last night before I got into bed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Last night before I got into bed, I had a sinking feeling, so I went over and checked my boots.
Mm-hmm.
I was very disappointed to find them tightened up again, so I decided to show her how it felt. I went over to her closet and pulled out her running shoes. I unlaced the shoelaces on both of them, removed them from the shoes completely, curled them into a little coil and put them inside the shoe, and then put them back. And then I went to sleep. At 6:15, I was woken up by my wife screaming, "How could you? Why would you do this?" Holding up both both shoelaces in her hands with tears in her eyes. My wife likes to go for an early morning run, and I knew she would want to get out the door as soon as possible. I smiled and said, you know how I am. I just like things neat." She continued sobbing and walked out of the room. So by the time she was all laced up again, it was raining, so she missed out on her run. Yeah. I actually feel pretty terrible about that because I really only wanted to delay her, not ruin her plans completely. At this point, she's alternating between crying that I went out of my way to hurt her and ignoring my presence. I acknowledge what I did may have been a little childish and not at all constructive, but I don't know what to do. She said through tears, "You admitted you were totally in the wrong for yelling at me, then you turned around and took it out on me in a different way. What is wrong with you?"
After she had done it again.
Yeah. The problem is, to her, an apology means taking on 100% of the fault. When I apologized for blowing up, she took that to mean she was 100% in the right. Correct. And that my feelings were completely unjustified. So at this point, I haven't apologized for ruining her run because she'll take that to mean that she wasn't wrong for touching my boots, right? I've tried these discussions, but it's in one ear and out the other. We have such a good relationship otherwise, but I feel like this issue has reached a tipping point and it's going to continue to result in arguments until we resolve it. How do I make things right with my wife while letting her know that I won't tolerate or disrespect my property anymore?
Wow.
I know,
To
right?
put all of that on the internet and like,
That's why I love this subreddit. Is you
that's
just get a
crazy.
peek into people's lives. But so like, what are your thoughts here? For starters,
He's totally in the right
I want to
here.
say the whole shoelace thing is something I would do.
Oh yeah,
100%. Like that is
But
something I would do.
also, like if you had continued to do, if I had continued to do that, I think that it would almost be okay for you to do that.
I mean,
Like you have used your words and tried everything that you can to get me to understand that, and I'm still doing that. Something's not right there.
yeah, I think he's totally justified.
I think he's justified.
I don't think it hurt her. I think it showed what he's going through, like I get it. I also think she might have some like OCD or something.
Yeah.
She should go talk to somebody.
He could also put his shoes somewhere else.
He talked about that in the comments, and he talked about I don't put him in the garage because he grew up. He just doesn't do that.
Snake
He's like,
spiders.
if I put him in the closet, he's like, if I put him by the door, she'll move them, and then I won't be able to find them in the morning.
Yeah, that's
I
understandable.
want to know where they're at. He's like, I don't put them in the closet because even when I put them in the closet, she ties the shoelaces.
He should put him in his car. You know what? Message him. Tell him. Put him in your front
This is
seat.
5 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope they're doing great.
Yeah. Here's my thing is,
It's not like a huge issue to where like,
no,
but I can tell
in
that
marriage, it's those little things. Like the
Oh,
huge
yeah.
issues, it's the little things they do that like eat at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially after you've asked many times.
I wonder if all of her shoes are tied like that.
No, because her running shoes weren't tied like that. He
Well,
unlaced them.
he unlaced them, but like, I wonder if she goes and ties all of her shoes before she sets them
I'm
on.
curious if that's something that some people do.
Do you guys tie your shoes when you take them off? I kick mine under the bed.
No, you don't.
I take mine off and set them off right where I stand, and then they get kicked under the bed.
Mm-mm.
100%.
They're right there next to the
I do put them on the scale too.
Yep. Next to the bathroom door.
But that's
just strange to me that you would tie your shoelaces after they're, because then you have to untie them to put them back on. If you think that it's not neat, put them in the shoe. Just
put them in the shoe. That could save that marriage right there. Is tuck the shoelaces in the
tuck
shoe.
them in the shoe.
But that is like, I just think, I like the fact that people put these like,
That's wild.
and sometimes it'll be
Like
you'll
it
get
took him a long time to type that out.
you'll get updates like a year later, a year after
Wow.
that. Like
That's interesting.
there's another subreddit called Best of Reddit Updates where they accumulate all the updates, and you'll watch this couple start with shoelaces, and pretty soon it'll be like 4 years later, be like, well, we're done. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Hopefully not so for this case, for this couple. But
no, I think in the update, like he goes through and he talks about like eventually they came to an understanding, but the understanding is basically like he's like keeping his shoes like in his car because she refuses
yeah,
to stop tying this man's
I think
boots.
there's more to it than just that. I mean, obviously, than that surface level stuff.
I think there's something going on with her. Like
Well, if that's the case, then
that's a compulsion.
yeah,
Now, that being said, like I get the idea of like we've had arguments before where I'm like, hey, you're like, I had no idea this was an issue. And I'm like, I've been telling you this is an issue for a while.
yeah,
You know, you're not hearing me when I tell you this is an issue. But now I start conversations off like, hey, I need to bring up an issue. And this is an issue that if we do not resolve it is going to cause our marriage problems.
yeah,
Right? I have to be very clear with it because like oftentimes they'll just see it as like griping, you know?
yes,
And so it helps to sit down and be like, no, I'm going to bring up an issue to you that is causing me to resent you.
yeah,
Like, we need to solve this, whether it's something I need to fix or you, but this has to be solved. This can't just be a you hear me and we move on.
mhm,
Some of them are you hear me and we move on, right?
Yeah.
Every time I complain about like the couch cushion's not on the couch. Yes, it's annoying, but at the end of the day, you know, I can pick them up just like you can. Ezra's the one throwing them on the ground, you know.
mhm.
But sometimes you got to be clear. But I just think it's crazy. Like this woman's, she's just,
Poor lady.
and not just like tying them. She's like tightening
Yeah,
them
that's
down.
crazy.
And like,
And I'm also curious, like, how long in between each of these, like, how often he goes on calls for this to happen. Because, like, if you were to have this conversation with me and then, like, the next night they're tied like that after you had just asked me, that's crazy.
I think if I had this conversation with you and then any time after that they were tied,
Oh, for sure. He's totally justified.
I don't think his shoelace trick, I don't think it was too far.
No, I don't either.
She missed one run. She'll survive.
Well, and if you've, like I said earlier, if you've already tried talking about it and you're still
I would even say her argument of you intentionally went out of your way to hurt me is not a valid. I don't think he went to hurt you.
There was no,
You're not
harm.
hurt. Which this is something I get on all the time. Is like, we need to be very clear about what is harm and what is not.
Yeah.
Because this is not harm. Is it rude? Sure. Is it aggressive? Sure. But it's not harm.
Mm-hmm.
You have not been hurt, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But we throw around those words all the time. You hurt me. Well, no, I didn't. You know?
We as in me?
No, we as in people.
People in general. Okay.
No, you specifically. No,
Like, dang.
just people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we throw around that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just don't think it is. But yeah, so that's every now and
Very
then I'm
interesting.
gonna bring up one. I have a story that I've been sitting on for years that I think is the funniest story I've ever read on relationship advice, and I will read it here in the next week or two.
Okay.
It's so funny to me.
That stuff is mind-boggling, but I can totally see myself being interested in reading those.
It is my version of reality TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, especially when you know that so many people are using it, and I mean, like going.
And most of them I'm not interested in. Like most of them, it'll be like
Petty stuff.
petty stuff, or them talking about their sex life. I'm not interested.
Right.
And then every now and then I get one like this, you know, like there was one that I saw that I saved. It was like, my husband wants to have a second baby, but I don't want to have a second baby because of how often my husband poops. It's a roller coaster. It's
That's horrible. What? How does that?
When she actually gets into the argument, it's a legitimate argument. It really is.
Okay.
It's this whole idea of like he goes to every time they have to do bath time or every time she has to change a
he has to
diaper,
go poop.
he goes to the bathroom for like 45 minutes, you know? And she's like, he's not helping. He's avoiding it by saying he has
He's
to go to the
a
bathroom.
pooper.
He's a pooper, you know?
That's funny.
And so she's like, it's like 3 times a day, you know? And like, it's a hard, but the titles are so funny
yeah.
to me because it's like,
Well, they want to grab you.
yeah, and they do
Oh,
because
yeah.
then I get invested.
That's
And then
funny.
what's great is a year later, they'll update and I'm like, I remember you
Oh
from
my
a year ago.
gosh, you've made it.
They're never doing good.
Oh,
Well, they're the kind of people that ask for advice from strangers on the internet.
that's
So
true.
don't do that.
I get that.
Which is a good question. Let's talk about getting relationship advice. Like, where do you get relationship advice from?
Your mother.
My mother, yeah. I do not get it.
Can I explain why I get
Yes.
advice from your mother? One, she's a pastor.
Sure. She's
a
a pastor's wife. Yeah.
She loves you unconditionally, no matter what.
She loves you more than me.
No, she doesn't.
100% she does.
She does love me a whole lot. And I love her too a whole lot.
If we ever get divorced, you would see her more than I did. Like,
I don't think that's true. But she loves you unconditionally. So, and she's also loves me. So she's not going to choose a side. She will be honest about who is in the wrong and who is in the right. She will tell me if I'm wrong. She will tell me that you are wrong and that I am justified if that is the situation.
and then she calls me and yells
And
at
she
me.
gives me good advice.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, she doesn't hold grudges.
She doesn't.
She's very open. And so she is one person that I call when I need advice.
That's the thing with this. Because I have somebody that my friend Joel is who I go to for marriage advice. I don't think you should spill the beans about how bad your marriage is to everybody.
Correct.
Like it's just unhealthy. And some of that is because a lot of the people that you spill to are going to give you advice, and you want to make sure you're getting advice from somebody who is, number one, for the marriage. They're not on your side.
Correct.
They're on the side of your marriage. They want your marriage to work. And then also you need to get advice from somebody who has a marriage that you would like.
Right.
Right? Like if their marriage is in shambles, they're not a great person to get advice from. Because it's the same, like I see trainers at the gym, physical trainers at the gym, and they're like fat slobs. I'm like, I'm not going to go to you as a physical trainer. Your body's your resume. I'm going to
Right.
train under somebody who looks like I want to look like. Now, unfortunately, nobody looks as good as me. So there's no one for me to train under. It's a real shame. But like, I'm not gonna do that. There's actually one dude at the gym who's just a.
Maybe you should become a trainer.
I'm a pastor. I don't have time to be a
I
trainer.
know. Tease.
But there's one guy at the gym who's an Adonis, and if I ever go to a trainer, I'll go to him. He's a beautiful man, like 7 foot, just beautiful man.
I hate to break it to you, but you'll never be 7 foot.
I know.
You'll
Well,
never be 6
eventually
foot.
they will design a peptide that makes me taller, and
Oh god.
we'll be fine. Peptides answer all life's problems. I'll buy it from China, and I'll be 7 foot. But so like for me, I go to my buddy Joel, you know, because he will tell me when I'm wrong, and I tell him all of it. Like he knows all of my dirty laundry. And when we're in a fight, we're working out, and I tell him while we're working out, and he'll tell me when I'm in the wrong. He'll tell me when you're in the wrong. But his goal is not that he is on my side. He wants me to be a good husband, and he wants our marriage to work well.
Right.
And I value people who will tell me when I'm wrong, even if it means they might risk our friendship.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, because at the end of the day, I don't think it would. At least that
No.
is our personalities. Like,
well, I'm telling him because
please tell me if
yeah.
I'm in the wrong. That's always.
And there's
my
been times we've argued about it. Like he's like, "You're wrong." I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're wrong." He's like, "I get where you're coming from, but the way you said that is not acceptable." You know, there's another friend that I do this to too. I have 2 of them, and I go to them. He moved, I call him. But that is a big deal with like marriage advice. Is like going to the internet for marriage advice is a horrible idea. First off, you don't know what their marriages look like. You don't even know if they're married. And then 2, like find somebody who's for the marriage, not just for
Right.
you. You know, you don't want somebody that's like, yeah, he's totally like they're just on your side. You want somebody that says, no, my goal is that your marriage is healthy.
Yeah.
And this is the
Let's
advice I would
fight
give.
for the marriage.
Yeah. And so that's, and you go to my mother.
I do.
I don't bring our fights to my mom, but some of that is because like, I don't want to paint you in a bad light to my parents. Ever.
And I could never paint you in a bad light to your parents.
Yeah,
Because they love you unconditionally.
well, and they already,
and they know you.
and the things you would paint in a bad light, they already know about, you know, like,
Right. So, like, for me, it works.
yeah, it
Not
works.
everybody can go to their mother-in-law
I don't want to
at all.
paint you in a bad light to my parents. I just won't do that because I want them to love you. But I don't mind you going and
But I'll
talking.
do it to my friends, baby.
Well,
Paint
my
you
friends,
up and down bad.
like Joel loves you,
yeah.
you know, like, and he does the same with me. Like we share, we carry our marriages together. Like that's our goal is to be good husbands. But I have no issue with you going to my mom. And when I'm wrong, sometimes I get a call from my mom. You know,
I don't think she ever calls.
when we
you.
first got married, she used to call time and be like, "You better be sure you're being good to her. Are you being nice to her?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm being nice to her." She's like, "Good, because if she leaves you, you'll never find a woman like her again. And we're gonna pick her."
She's gold.
She's gold.
That's her saying.
Yeah. So like, but that's a big one is like go to advice. But with that, I really enjoy reading other people's problems when I don't have to be involved.
Yeah.
It's very fun for me.
Sometimes you can also step away from it too, which is
I can
nice.
step away from yeah. It's
Like, if you
different
didn't
when
want
like
to, you can.
like I
just not
deal
read
I
it.
deal with people's problems in everyday life, and I very much care about that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is something I very much respect. I'm happy
You
that
honor
God
the authority.
I honor the fact that God trusts me with this.
Yes.
And those problems matter to me, and I engage and I involve like those
Mm-hmm.
people matter to me. It's just nice when sometimes it's not like something I have to deal with, you know, and I just read it, and
That's
it's a
funny.
crazy scenario.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In a few weeks, I'll read you the one about the girl whose boyfriend keeps fighting the fry cook at Waffle House.
Okay.
It's
I'm excited about
it's
that.
a work of art. It may be one of the greatest works of literature ever written in our generation.
You tell that to Brian Sanderson. Is that-
Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon Sanderson.
Put some respect on that man's name. Just a Mormon living in Utah writing the greatest books ever written.
He's
God
got
bless him.
lots of people who know his name, and I am not one of
I
them.
hope God blesses him with Brandon Sanderson, if you're listening to this, I pray God blesses you with a long, fruitful life.
He's an author, and Jonathan loves his books.
He's the greatest author. He is the J.R.R. Tolkien of our generation. I said it. I stand by it.
Okay.
Everybody go look up Brandon Sanderson. Go read Mistborn and Stormlight Archives.
Well, this was fun, babe. I liked your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, did you?
I liked that you saved it for me. That's sweet.
I saw it and I was like, My wife should hear this.
Like that.
It's
yeah.
very funny. Yeah, I don't know.
Good.
But yeah, that's guys, we're still gonna do write-in stuff. So if you want to write something in, send it in. If you want a link to where I got my pinky ring, I'll send it to you. You can get a pinky ring too. We can all just be charismatic Cuban men.
Then just go up to your wife and be like, "You notice anything different about me?"
When we start selling merch, I'm gonna sell somehow married pinky rings.
We're not gonna sell merch.
Why not?
Because we have 43 subscribers.
You have to plan for the future. I'm a dreamer.
Okay.
One day Joe Rogan's gonna call me and be like, "How'd you do it? How'd you make the biggest podcast in the whole world?" I'm like, "Well, you just read stuff off Reddit."
There you go. No, it's been fun. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Somehow Married and
stay married.